Hi everyone, it's Tara here and thank you for joining me on my week 33 pregnancy recap. Last week I may have jumped a week ahead and told you that the app that I'm looking at, which is the What to Expect app, said the baby was the size of a butternut pumpkin or squash. Like I said, I got a week ahead of myself. That's what baby is now. Last week it was a cantaloupe. Sorry, the baby just did the biggest kick, or who knows what it did. Did a flip in my stomach and it was quite big. As my stomach grows and baby gets bigger, the movements feel a lot more intense, that's for sure. I'll give you a quick bump update. Midwife's happy with everything. I caught up with her today. I feel like I haven't grown all that much, and when she measured my stomach, it's only a centimetre different from last week, which is on schedule because obviously each week it's meant to be a centimetre to keep up with the weeks of pregnancy that you're in. So I'm currently just hit 34, so I'm measuring at 34, and then last week I was measuring at 33, which is what I'm recapping now. We just had a bit of a discussion. Baby's head is down but not activated, which is fine because we don't want the baby to come too soon. I think the next 5 weeks will give me plenty of time. I don't think I'd be ready to have it this week, although are you ever ready to have it? I did manage to find some raspberry leaf tea. Like I mentioned in the description of my last video, don't just go taking this willy-nilly. Apparently if you drink copious amounts, it is meant to bring on labour. My midwife suggested that from now I start drinking like a little cup a day, just so it's in my system, and then each week you can ramp it up a little bit, more so from week like 37 when you're full term. Please speak to your doctor or your midwife. I am not a professional, I'm just taking advice from someone else, and I did a bit of research myself, so it's definitely worth looking at. I had to go to an organic store. This is called Planet Organic. I think you can buy it online too, but none of the supermarkets had it, so you actually have to have a good look for it. But I found it. I haven't tried it yet, but I've whipped up one before I got on video. So I'm going to try some. I'll let you know what it's like. Oh, it's actually not. First of all, I thought it would be bright red, you know, like those, you get the raspberry ones when you're sick and the cold ones, and they're usually bright red. This is just a normal tea colour, and it doesn't really have a strong taste. I thought it would have a really strong taste. I've read a few things, some women were really, so they couldn't handle the flavour. Honestly, it just tastes like normal tea. Wait. Maybe I got the wrong one. No, it's, yeah, I thought it'd be really strong and sweet taste, but it's quite mild. It just tastes like maybe black tea with a hint of raspberry. I mean, it's quite nice, very easy to drink, so I will finish that off camera. But there you go, nothing overpowering. It was really nice. I could easily drink a cup of that a day for now. I did fly to Melbourne on the weekend, so it's my first flight being this big. I flew at 20 weeks. Now I'm 33, so I did have to get a clearance from my doctor just to get a certificate saying I'm 33 weeks pregnant, so that I'm not questioned, because you're not meant to fly in Australia. I think it's after 36 weeks if you're only having one baby. If you're having multiples, it's 34 weeks, and you can fly under 4 hours, I think. So my flight to Melbourne was only 2 hours. Besides struggling to get my bag up the stairs, over the head lockers, there's really no one around to help, and no one offered, if I'm honest. My legs were really good. I was worried that I would swell, but I wore the compression stockings. When I took them off, my legs were fine, so I'm really glad I wore the compression stockings. I'll continue to wear them just because I do have that vein on my leg, just to keep the swelling down, but I'm really, it's obviously very hot where I live. It's starting to cool down now, so I'll try and wear them when I can. I haven't had any major cravings. Like, that's one thing I've noticed that's dropped off as pregnancy's gone along. You kind of find, just wait for that car to go past. It's a noisy day today. We're in lockdown again, so I've worked from home today. So yeah, excuse the noise. Yeah, cravings, I still crave grapes. Like, I just get this, I really enjoy grapes, especially if they're good ones. And I've been having sultana bran every morning for breakfast. That's one thing that I'm quite obsessed with. I think I even had it for dinner one night because I was craving it so bad. They're the only two things that have really stuck with me, is the grapes and the sultana bran. So it'll be interesting to see after I have the baby whether those things, you know, whether I still am wanting either of those things. My back has been a bit more sore as the weeks go on. Didn't have a lot of issues with my back earlier on, but this last week or two my back is starting to get a bit more sore. My stomach feels like it's dragging a little bit more, but obviously I'm getting heavier. Everything's getting a bit slower. So I'm still just trying to upkeep with my stretches. I'm still doing my mindful hypnobirthing, trying to do 40 minutes of that a day, listening to the meditations and the affirmations. And I have also ordered a baby bag. Hopefully I'll get that in the next week and I will be able to open it up on next week's recap. That's about it from me this week. If you do have any questions, let me know, chuck them in the comments and I can put them in next week's video, or I'll just get back to you via the comments. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and I will see you next week for week 34. Thanks guys.